Now we're going to look at making a magnitude estimate. This will be a magnitude estimate. First, we look at the number. We have 56 times 409. We round these numbers so that we can make an estimate. Okay, so let's see it. 56 could probably be rounded to the nearest 10, which would be 60. And 409, I could round to 410 or to the nearest 100, which would be 400. Okay, so now I have 60 times 400, or we could just simply say 6 times 4. 6 times 4 is 24. And then you add the zeros in. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So 60 times 400 is 24,000. And I need to circle which one it will be. Is it in the tens, the hundreds, the thousands, or the 10,000? Well, 24,000 is clearly in the 10,000s. Okay? And then you can, after that, you can write your actual answer, which is 56 times 409. It's going to be slightly higher than 24,000 because we rounded up over here. You can go ahead and write your answer. But this is how you would make a magnitude estimate by rounding the factors and then giving me an estimated product. For probability, we're going to use the probability ruler. And we're going to discuss if things are certain, 100% certain, or 0% impossible, and anywhere in between it. Extremely unlikely, very unlikely, unlikely, 50-50 chance, likely, very likely, and extremely likely, depending on the percents and the chances or fractions. So let's look at some situations. Okay, for our situation here, or our pretend scenario, is choosing a notebook color. Okay, choosing a notebook color. 3 out of 20 people favored brown. Is brown really a favorite color? If only 3 people chose it? Well, the likelihood that people would choose a brown notebook is very unlikely, because 3 out of 20 is only 15%, right? You multiply this by 5 to get 100. You multiply this by 5 and you get 15. So 3 out of 20 is 15%. This is very unlikely. 20% of the people favor blue. Also, 20% is just slightly higher than 15%. So this is also very unlikely. 1 out of 4 of the people favor black. 1 out of 4, that's 25%. Still unlikely. Or, yeah, it's borderline very unlikely and unlikely. Probably very unlikely still. 0.3, so not even 1%. 0.3 of the people favored red. Oh, but wait, 0.3 out of 20 people. So it would be about 9% or so. No, 1% out of 20.3. So really, not even a whole person favored 3. So that would be 1.5 people, 1.5 people, 1.5%. Favored red. So it's extremely unlikely. Extremely unlikely that people would choose red. And half as many people favored white as favored blue. Half as many people favored white as favored blue. So half the people of the blue. So only 10%, which is also extremely unlikely. So all of these are unlikely situations. Now let's take a look at expanded notation. If I gave you the number 2018, this would be standard notation. But I can write it in expanded notation simply by adding the values. Okay, so here we have 2000, so I write the number 2000. Plus 0. Well, no, we don't really put 0. 0 is just a placeholder, so we skip the 0 and we go to the next one, which is plus 10. And then plus 8. And when you add these numbers, you will get your standard notation. This, boys and girls, is called expanded notation. Don't forget that 0 is only a placeholder. You can't really add 0. Okay, it's just a placeholder, so there's nothing in the hundreds. So I didn't put plus something in the hundreds. Okay, expanded notation. Now, when we talk about analyzing data, we're actually talking about finding these landmarks in numbers: maximum, minimum, range, mode, and median. And I have a set of numbers here. What would be the maximum? Well, the highest number, 27. So we would write 27 there. The minimum, 18. The range is the difference between the highest number and the lowest number. So we would do 27 minus 18 to figure out what our range would be. And as you can see, you borrow the 1, so it's 17. Okay, you do the trade first subtraction method, and this one becomes 1. So you have 17 minus 8 is 9. So our range would be 9, and then 1 minus 1 is 0. So 9, 0, 9. And then mode is the number that is repeated the most. We have two modes. As you can see, 20 repeats itself twice and 27 repeats. So you would write them both. You would write 20 and 27. And then the median. The median, you cross out the numbers. 18, 27, 20, 27. And the number between 20 and 24 would be 22. So that would be your median. Okay, so we have 27 maximum, 18 minimum. And that is what we call analyzing data. And finally, word problems. For word problems, boys and girls, we have to find these 5 items every time you do a word problem. The first one is list the numbers needed to solve the problem. For example, we did this before in class. Linnell and Ben pooled their money to buy a video game. Linnell had $12.40 and Ben had $15.88. How much money did they have in all? So one student had $12.40 and the other one had $15.88. They pooled their money together. So these are the numbers that we need, and the question is how much money did they have in all. So what you would like to do, you need to figure out the sum of these two numbers together. So you would write the numbers you need. What you need to find is the question you're asked. Your open sentence is your equation. Okay, you're adding numbers. You write your solution, and then the answer is a statement. Therefore statement. All together they have X amount of money. Okay, boys and girls, that is our review for Unit 2. Good luck on the test.